Sometimes Julie and I leave the kitchen and we go out, we ride around our cars.
Road trip.
Yeah, and sometimes you ride in your car and then you end up on a bike. How did that happen?
Well, we went up to Whitestown. There's a new store called eBoom, electric bikes for baby boomers. That's what they're named for. And you might just find one that you would like to take for a spin.
I think you would be an excellent bike spokeswoman.
Paul, you made it funny. That's good. Check this out.
I pedal it.
We're here with Leanne McKay. She is the owner of eBoom. It's a store that has a lot of cool bikes, electric bikes. Why the name eBoom?
Well, eBoom actually stands for Electric Baby Boomer.
Ah, that's us!
Absolutely. And we named it that way because our electric bikes are really made for baby boomers.
Electrifying baby boomers.
Exactly.
I like it.
Exactly. Though we don't discount everyone else and the millennials, but it's a great ride for them.
How is an electric bike classified an electric bike?
Well, a lot of people think electric bikes are mopeds and that they just ride them, but not so.
Okay.
Yeah. So electric bike is made of different components. One is the motor, which helps drive the bike, and then the battery, which powers the motor, and then you have an LED little computer device that actually you look at and you help power the motor. You gear it, just like gears.
Oh,
so you could start with nothing, no assistance, or you could gear it up and have a little bit of assistance, or you could gear it up and have a lot of assistance, and so forth. So it actually helps you ride longer and stronger, and you can pedal. And some of the bikes also have a throttle where if you need a little break, your knee's bothering you or something like that, you can throttle for a little bit.
So you can use the electricity or not, and there are different degrees of how it helps you.
Exactly, exactly. So, and the bikes also come in different types. You have, commuter bikes, you could have regular beach bikes, regular bikes. So it's bikes like you know it, except they have this assistance so that now bike riding becomes like you're 14 again, and you can just zoom up that hill if you need to, or you can ride 60 miles and go, hey, that was easy.
Let's talk about why an electric bike is good for a baby boomer.
It's good for a baby boomer because, as we're getting older, and we're getting older, we still want to ride. We want to be like we were when we were 20s, and we want to get out there, and we still want to go. And getting on these bikes will help you do that. You can maintain your balance a little bit better because you're getting that assistance from the speed. And as I said, you're able to ride longer. Some people have knee surgeries or health problems, and it helps you go ahead and ride even with those problems.
So baby boomers can stay active.
Absolutely.
Be outside. Maybe try to keep up with the grandkids.
Yeah.
How long does a typical battery on an electric bike last?
Well, that's a good question, and it has a lot of variables in it, so we'll just kind of give you a typical answer. The battery will, you have the 36 volt, 48 volt, they come in increments of 12. And then the amp hours determines how far you can ride, how much gas you have in the tank.
Oh, okay.
And those are, you want to start at about 9 or 10 amp hours. You don't want to go any lower than that because you're just not going to have a lot of gas in the tank to go far. So let's say a typical, and it's almost how much do you put in? How much of my leg power am I going to put in? And how much of the motor I'm going to use? So if you're putting a lot of leg power in, you're going to use less motor. And that's going to get you probably 60, 70 miles.
It's kind of how some cars work.
Yeah, exactly.
The hybrids.
And then you recharge the battery just like a laptop battery. It works on a 110 volt plug, and it looks like a laptop plug-in.
Oh.
And you can plug it directly into the bike, or you can plug it, or you can take the battery out and plug it in that way. A typical recharge is about 4 to 8 hours, depending on, once again, the battery size.
Overnight, perfect.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Adam showing me all the different components on the e-bike.
Right.
I didn't know they had a throttle on them.
I know, isn't that amazing? You can just ride and ride if you want.
Yeah, set the levels and then kick it up a notch.
That's right.
It's kind of what it did. So I can't wait to get on one again sometime soon. So
Good. Well, glad to have you back.
I would love to do that.
Great.
All right. eBoom, e-bikes, now you know. Julie Patterson, Boomer TV.